one can confidently say that if we do not see the intervention of IGAD, the intervention of the African Union, and the intervention of the United Nations Security Council to halt the stride to civil war, Ethiopia is hurtling down to a very dangerous civil war that is going to be perilous for the Horn of Africa region.
From Nobel Peace Prize winner to leader of a country at risk of war with itself, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has faced criticism after resorting to force to quell domestic tensions in Ethiopia. Now, fears of an escalating conflict are mounting. Ethiopia's leader, however, has dismissed concerns that the fighting may escalate into a full-blown civil war. Joining me on this topic is Simon Marks in Addis Ababa. Simon, thank you for joining. So tensions between Ethiopia's federal government and the north are certainly not new. For someone who might not know anything about this conflict, Simon, what's the background to the animosity?
This is a long-standing dispute that began when the northern Tigray region and the Tigray People's Liberation Front party lost power in 2018 to Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, who came in obviously with huge aspirations to reform the economy, to reform the country's record with its human rights and its level of repression. And at this point, the Tigrayans fled Addis. Some of them were accused with criminal charges. They then became fugitives, and that marked the beginning of more than 2 years of standoff between former rulers of Ethiopia and the current government. The Tigray region held an election very recently in September because they deemed the government should have held a national election by then. And the government said they wouldn't because of the COVID pandemic, which resulted in the Tigray accusing the government of being illegitimate, etc. And the icing on the cake was a refusal to accept Abiy Ahmed's new commander for the Northern Command in the north. And I think once this happened, it was only a matter of time before there were clashes.
Simon, could you tell us a bit about what you're seeing on the ground, what the people you're talking to are saying? What's the likelihood of this conflict escalating?
There is a huge amount of confusion. On the one hand, you have the Ethiopian government saying this is going to be over extremely quickly. Very bullish kind of language and rhetoric coming out. And on the other hand, you've got the Tigrayans with no internet or phone access, but getting some information out, also saying that they have control of the Northern Command. It's unverified, but that's what they say. And then you have sporadic clashes in the south of Tigray with the Amhara region. And there is huge possibilities there that could flare up into something bigger. The humanitarian aspect to this whole conflict is escalating. UN agencies don't have a huge amount of access to the Tigray region, where there's tens of thousands of refugees. The head of the UN's humanitarian response agency told me there's about a week of fuel left in the Tigray region. There's no electricity in the capital of the region, Mekele. There's food slowly beginning to be diminished. So that could really turn into a huge humanitarian crisis.
Thank you for your time. That's Simon Marks in Addis Ababa.